Hello everyone, are you wondering how to define your ideal client? You're wondering which kind of person you should talk to and which kind of aspects of your ideal client of a niche are actually important? Well, then you come to the right place because in this video, I'm going to explain you everything you need to know about how to nail your niche and nail your ideal clients. And by the end of this video, you will have a crystal clear idea of what kind of aspects you should pay attention to and what kind of aspects you shouldn't pay attention to. So let me talk about your ideal client's canvas, making sure your services are tailored to your ideal client. This is super essential. You want to understand your ideal client. If you're going to talk to everyone, you're going to talk to no one. If you don't have a specific idea of the conversations your ideal client is having, it will be very hard to continue those conversations in your content, in your offer, and in your sales calls. So the more you're getting in the head of your ideal client, the easier it will be to persuade and persuade your ideal client. Are you getting this? Well, so you want to nail your services, your content, and communication. But before that, you have to nail your niche and ideal client. So I'm going to give you first the essential things you need to understand to talk to your ideal client. And the most crucial are these ones. You have two aspects you want to talk to. One aspect is understanding your ideal client's hell. So key questions you want to ask yourself, and you want to write this down if you can on a piece of paper, is what are their challenges? What are their frustrations? What are their limiting beliefs? And later in the next one, I will also talk about the second part, but these are the most three crucial ones: the challenges, the frustrations, and the limiting beliefs. You will use this in your content. You will use this in your stories. You will use this in your objection handling. This way you can really get in the head of your ideal client. So this is more about what I call the island of being stuck at a negative place. The other one is the heaven. You want to understand your ideal client's heaven. That's delving into the dreams, the desires, the ambitions your ideal client is having or expecting. So questions that you can ask yourself is, what are their desires and what are their dreams? And what are the specific results they are looking for? I'm going to give you two super crucial tips when it comes to talking to your ideal client. The more specific you can make it, the better. You can talk about being fulfilled, or you can talk about having more space in your calendar or smiles on your face. The first one is abstract and generic. The second one is specific. You can talk about losing weight, which is just something general, or you can talk about getting to 10% body fat percentage. The second one is more specific. You can talk about more time or having more money, or you can talk about having the first 5K projects in less than 90 days. That is why a lot of times in these pitches, you see a specific, tangible, attainable outcome. So the more specific you can be, the better. And the more emotional, visceral, visual you can be in what you describe, the better, because that's the essential part in storytelling. You might have heard the saying that people justify by logic, but they buy on emotions. This is why these emotions are so important in creating your content. By the way, if you also want to learn more about how to nail your niche and ideal client, develop that persuasive brand, and really create content that converts, whether it's TikTok, Shorts, YouTube, podcast, you can check out more about it in the description and in the comments. The third one, which is crucial, and see, I still haven't hit demographics, which a lot of people think, okay, nailing your niche is just the fact it's a 30-year-old person living in America and making this amount of income. I haven't even mentioned this yet because that's not the most crucial. This heaven, this hell, and then this is much more crucial. It's understanding their mindset, their values, and their character. So you want to reflect about your client values, their motivations, and the required skills and traits. I want you to remember this, and especially the last one, because that is also going to be super crucial when you're going to pre-qualify your ideal clients. Because what I want for you is scaling. And scaling for me is doing more of what you love to do and less of what you don't like to do. So you want to attract your dream clients, the people who you would love to help, and you want to repel your nightmare clients. So getting more specific about this will also make sure that you work with the right kind of clients. So ask yourself, what are their values, or what do they value? What are their motivations? And what are some basic skills and knowledge they should possess to work with you? Maybe it's only working with you one-on-one. So for instance, people who work with me one-on-one are often people who are already in business for 2 years or 3 years, because then I can optimize, I can streamline, which is what I love to do. Because yes, you can shortcut success, but you can only shortcut success so much. So if some people don't even have the basic skills, knowledge, branding, and niche down, I'll probably point them towards my client closer courses, which you can also check about more in the description. But that is probably something more for them in the stage where they are at. And then you want to reflect about what kind of traits should your clients have, and more importantly, what traits should they not have. Because what you often do in marketing is teaching your ideal client how to treat you and what to expect. Because that is why some people, they end up on a sales call, and let me know if you've also been in this place, that they just don't know how to see you. They don't know how to treat you. They don't know what to expect from you and your offer. And that is where the persuasion in your content comes in, which I will talk about in some next videos. Then what you can also do, if you've already been in the coaching or consulting space for a while, is learning from your past clients. So get feedback from your past clients to be able to improve your services, and laser focus on the clients you would love to work with or that you would love to get more of. So you can ask some key questions about, why did you decide to work with me? What did you like the most about working with me? What insights did you gain? What results did you achieve? This will help you with painting that specific, attainable, tangible outcome. So that is what you could do to just already see what people like about you, what they achieved by working with you. You would be amazed sometimes that you think like, hey, I thought I sold you and helped you with this. I also had this with clients when I was a productivity coach. But in the end, what I helped them even more with than productivity was their self-care or their self-love. So sometimes you sell them what they think they need. Let me correct it. Sometimes you sell them what they think they want, but then you give them what they need. And then when you work with them, you can go deeper and finally work on the aspects that you can help them the most with. So that we also get specific feedback in their words of, you help me the most with X. Then here we finally are at demographics, not at the first one. It's not the most important one when it comes to your niche or ideal client. It's a bit important with ads if you want to target the right kind of people. But then you can consider, what is their age, what is their gender, what is their income level, and what is their profession, if it is relevant. So I'm helping coaches and consultants make more money online, or if you help accountants, or if you help CEOs of a SaaS company, okay, then it's relevant. But you want to ask yourself, is this relevant, right? Is the place where they live relevant? Well, yeah, in my case, they got to be able to talk English. They often, they most always are from Europe, Canada, America, and Australia, because often those people have a lot more purchasing power. So that comes into play. But when it comes to creating the content, this is much less relevant for me than all the other aspects that I talked about before. So remember this. And then you can reflect, can be a useful exercise when you want to talk to the right kind of client, when you're crafting an email, when you're writing content. Some people like to picture their ideal client. So just think of your ideal client. Who are they? Maybe even give them a name. And then you can reflect about all the aspects you like about them, because we get what we pay attention to. And when we focus on what we want more of, often we get more of it. And then you can picture them. You can even put a picture down. You can have John or Jessica there. And then when you're writing content, you can make sure that you're not talking to everyone. You're talking to this specific kind of person. And sometimes just picturing it makes it a bit more specific and makes it better to write some content. So you can visualize it, or you can even put a picture down on your desk. So as a summary, having that clear and succinct summary of your ideal client will really make sure you stand out, because you stand out with your branding by what you do, but you also stand out by talking to a specific person. It's much easier when you say a message, you position yourself, and the right kind of people want to know more than this fly it in the marketplace kind of approach, this megaphone and just yelling in the marketplace. It's much easier when they feel like you're talking specifically to them, because there's so many coaches, there's so many crowded coaches and consultants in the marketplace. You want to set yourself apart by owning your personality and making sure that you're not just like everybody else. Don't become a copy of a copy or a template coach, but also branding by setting yourself apart, which I'm going to talk about more in other videos. If you want to know more about this, you definitely want to check out the video I recommend at the end of this video. And also make sure that you talk to the right kind of person. So as a summary, fill in these things. Maybe take a screenshot, pause this, and write this down. You write down my ideal client is a, my ideal client's challenge is, my ideal client's desirable specific outcome is, preferably specific if you can, my ideal client frustration is, and then you can make a pitch. For instance, I help target audience achieve specific result without the frustration. With all these combinations, you can weave content and you can also create a persuasive pitch. And this will also help you in giving AI some specific input. Now, I always give my clients also specific kind of AI input. The more you know who you're meant to serve, how you're able to explain what you do, have great branding, and create consistent content, the more you're going to stand out. And what's also important to make sure you stand out is to be able to explain clearly what you do. If you want to know more about how to explain what you do as a coach or consultant, I recommend you to watch this video where I explain a bit more about how to explain what you do as an online coach and have a persuasive pitch. See you in the next video.